Greetings, darlings. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with Chronic Wellness. So it is the second week of September, and I am going to talk to you about something really near and dear to my heart. As a matter of fact, it is something tucked up against my heart, and that is my lungs. September is Pulmonary Fibrosis Awareness Month, and I, yours truly, suffer from pulmonary fibrosis. Pulmonary fibrosis is an umbrella term that encompasses an array of interstitial lung diseases. And there's been a lot that has been learned over the last 25 years about pulmonary fibrosis. And there are a number of different types of pulmonary fibrosis. I'm just going to keep repeating that phrase. But the one thing that these diseases share in common is that they are turning of the delicate tissues of the lungs and the interstitia of the lungs into fibrotic tissue or scar tissue, which inhibits the ability to breathe. So if you understand some things about the lungs, you know that deep in the tissues of our lungs, we have these tiny little alveolar sacs, those itty bitty grape-like air balloons that are membranes that when they inflate with oxygen, the thin little membrane is what allows oxygen to pass through our lungs and into our bloodstream, and allows our bloodstream to allow CO2 to come from the bloodstream and back into our lungs as we exhale. And when one has an interstitial lung disease, both those little sacs and oftentimes the tissue around them hardens, and sometimes even hardens to the point that it's no longer recognizable as those tiny little structures. And when that happens, our ability to inflate our lungs, our ability to fully use the whole volume of our lungs, and our ability to do that crucial gas exchange between our lungs and our bloodstream, all of those gets transformed and diminished and removed. And in my case, my lung disease came on the heels of a muscle wasting disease. And the diaphragm, which is that giant curved muscle that sits at the base of your lungs, right underneath your rib cage, that allows you to inflate and deflate your lungs, in addition to the intercostal muscles and the muscles on the side of your ribs, had also wasted. So getting a deep breath was diminished for all kinds of reasons for me. And the prognoses for people with pulmonary fibrosis has always been quite dire. And it used to be said that that someone diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis had 3 to 5 years to live. And because of new medications, new interventions, early diagnoses, those timelines are changing. Life expectancies are stretching, and that's, of course, exceptional news. And once fibrosis has set in, once scar tissue has taken hold, it is irreversible. There is no way to change what has been hardened in the lungs, to walk that back or reverse the damage. So slowing, hoping to halt the progression of the disease. So early detection is obviously very critical when it comes to extending the life of patients like myself with pulmonary fibrosis. And lung transplantation is often one of the best options available to people who have advanced disease. Fatigue, dry cough, obviously breathlessness during activities like talking and eating and bathing is a part of what goes along with living with lung disease. Sometimes having to use things like oxygen. And for those of us who live with oxygen scarcity, living with anxiety, because being breathless or experiencing oxygen starvation or deprivation is a head game. It is a scary thing to not be able to take a full breath or to feel like you're gasping for air like a fish on dry land. So if you know someone with pulmonary fibrosis, ask them about their experiences, engage them about what it's like to live with lung disease. And if you don't know somebody with pulmonary fibrosis, you know me. And I thank you for tuning in and learning just a little bit more about what life with this type of lung disease is about during this awareness raising month. I love you, and I want you to know that starting this Thursday at 11 a.m. on IG Live, I will be interviewing Jennifer Tabrizi, who is herself a health and wellness coach, works on things about gut health and fitness and yoga, as well as other measures to transform one's experience of autoimmune disease. And she does this from a place of experience. She herself is someone who lives with autoimmune disease. And so we're going to have a conversation over on IG Live starting at 11 a.m. PST this Thursday. So please join us there and come with your questions. Till we're together again, I thank you for tuning in here. And until we're together again, be well.